Friday. Thank you for joining me for Nina's yoga sessions today. I haven't brought a video in a couple of weeks, so it's definitely time to drop another one. So here we are today. It is, as usual, for some reason in South Texas, a glorious sunny day with a breeze. And today we're going to work on some beginning yoga practice moves, okay? I've had a lot of questions about just friends, kind of different communities, who offers a beginning yoga class. So we're going to do a beginner yoga flow today, just kind of very basic. And we're just going to take our time and enjoy it and experience what our body's experiencing. I'm going to start my Garmin to make sure we don't go over time. I'm thinking probably no more than 20 minutes today. Okay, with that, let us begin. So begin in a comfortable seated position. And I'm going to give tons of modifications because, again, this is primarily for a beginner yoga class or beginner yogi. So the legs can be simply crossed. They can be outstretched, just straight ahead of you. You can have one folded in. However is comfortable for you. If you'd like a little more cushion, then you can certainly sit on a folded blanket. You can use a folded towel, whatever is comfortable for you, okay? So wherever you are, go ahead and find that comfortable seated position for you, whatever that looks like. You can be in half lotus or whatever works for you. So in that position, go ahead and place the hands on top of the knees, either palms touching, or you can actually send your palms up toward the sky, just to make sure that you're getting maybe more grounding, more energy from the earth, from the sun. So from here, wherever you are, you can go ahead and close your eyes. We always start our practice with our breath, with our first pose. So we'll start breathing in nice and deep, and as we're breathing in, we're going to push the air away from us. So that means we're going to expand our belly. So breathing in. At the top of that breath, hold. Go ahead and exhale. Allow the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Again, slowly breathe in. Hold at the top and exhale out. With our exhale, we're drawing our navel toward our spine. Do that 3 times more. Breathe in. And last one, breathe in. Hold the breath at the top. Go ahead and exhale out. Nice and long. And go ahead and flutter the eyes open here, becoming aware of your new surroundings. Say this probably at every practice that whenever you open your eyes, it's almost like an awakening, because now the sights and smells around you they're stronger, maybe you're more aware. So that just kind of sets you up for your practice for today. All right, so we're just going to start with some really simple stretching. I don't want it to go too long today, but it's Friday. Everybody's ready to get their weekend started. So we're going to just start by simply placing the right hand behind our right hip, right? You can stay exactly however you are, or if you like to stretch your legs out, that's fine too. But just place actually right alongside the right hip. Sweeping the left hand all the way up to the sky. Maybe the palm facing toward the inside of the body. You can go ahead and bend here if you'd like. Nice side body stretch. Just a gentle reach. Good morning, you lovey. Glad you could join us for yoga. And then with your exhale, come back out. Dropping the left hand down. Well, I guess she's going to be with us today on the mat. Drop the left hand on the left side of your thigh. Sweep the right hand up. Sending the gaze of the right hand with your inhale. And with your exhale, go ahead and bend the left elbow, stretching the right side body for a nice side body stretch here. Again, if you're going to be here, your left hand is on the long side of your body. When you're here and you want to stay perfectly straight up, that's perfectly fine. With an exhale, if you'd like to, go ahead and bend the left elbow and send the right body toward the left side. That's acceptable. With your inhale, come on up. Drop the right hand. We'll do the same thing on both sides once more. So sweeping the left hand up, sending the gaze to the palm of the hand. The hand is facing toward the right side. With an exhale, go ahead and lower the body over for a nice right body, left body stretch. I don't know my left and my right today. And go ahead and exhale out of that. Drop the left hand, sweep the right hand up, and send the gaze and the arm over to the left side of the body. And then exhale, go ahead and come out of that. It's that wonderful incense behind me. It's very calming and very soothing. I really almost find that I can't practice without incense for some reason, but that's just my weird hang up. All right, let's go ahead and sweep both our hands up. Looking at the space between our palms. Sending your hands to heart center. We're going to do that again. Swing the hands all the way up to the sky. Drop the shoulders, place down the spine. Send the gaze up between the space between your palms. Pressing the palms together and then send them to heart center. Very nice. One last time up. And this time, before we actually put the hands together, we're going to take our hands, interlace them, turn the palms so that they're facing toward the sky for seated swing palm tree. So inhale when you're neutral here. Exhale on the sway. Inhale when you're neutral. Exhale on the sway. Very nice. Inhale once more in the neutral. Exhale on your sway. And then back to neutral. Bring the hands down. You can bring the hands out in front of you. We've done this one before. So shoulder stretch, very simple shoulder stretch. So my fingers are interlaced and my palms are out facing toward the space in front of me. I'll drop my head down and really rounding my spine and sending my shoulder blades back and apart from each other. And then come back up. You can actually sail the hands back so the palms are facing up behind you, alongside the body. And with your inhale, go ahead and bring the hands back together. Exhale, nice rounded spine. We haven't quite moved a whole lot of the body yet, but we are warming up the body. And we're sending a lot of nice warm energy down our spine. Really waking the body up this beautiful Friday morning. Getting ready for the day and all that it entails. And just being really grateful for this time that we've allowed ourselves today. Really enjoy our practice. Go ahead and come back to neutral. All right, let's go ahead and release the legs here, just so that your feet, wherever they were, just bring them down to the bottom of the mat. Make sure your feet are on the mat. You can actually bring your heels in closer to the body if you'd like. I always like to stretch. I like to wrap my arms around my shins. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. We'll do almost the same thing we just did a minute ago. So you can actually drop the head, push the shoulder blades away, round the spine. Inhale, looking up, raising the neck, maybe sending the gaze all the way to the top of the sky. And then inhale, and then go ahead and exhale. Round those shoulders, round the spine. And one last time, send the gaze all the way up to the sky. Very nice. Excellent. Release the hands, the arms. Drop the knees to one side of the mat. You can go ahead and come onto all fours. Now I'm going to change the way direction of my mat is so that you can kind of see what I'm doing a little easier. Oh, it's such a glorious morning today. So we're going to do some work. Again, this is more closer to a beginner yoga class. So we're going to keep the moves kind of, simple and smart and safe. That's most important. So here, again, I actually have two mats down today because I need a little extra cushion for my knees. And if you need the same, again, you can always use a rolled up blanket or whatever's comfortable for you. So we were pulling our knees on the other side of the mat, coming to all fours, maybe coming to the center of your mat. And we're going to do something called cat-cow, which to me is almost like a basic foundation for yoga when you're doing warm-up, when you're starting, when you're beginning. So wherever you are, make sure that your wrist and shoulders are in alignment, and your knees and your hips are in alignment. So with your inhale, we're going to send our gaze forward. The forehead is going to go up toward the sky, the tailbone's going to go up, and the heart is dropping toward the earth. So with an inhale, raising the gaze, the forehead, the tailbone, dropping the heart toward the earth. With your exhale, dropping down, tucking the tailbone, lifting the shoulders, rounding the shoulder blades. You can breathe here for one breath. And with your inhale, drop your heart, lift the tailbone, lift the forehead, raising it up toward the sky. I'm actually looking at the clouds moving now. And then when your exhale, go ahead and send it back down, tucking the tailbone, rounding the shoulder blades. One more time, go ahead and send the gaze forward, drop the heart toward the center of the earth. Lifting the tailbone, really warming up the spine now. And exhaling down, tucking the tailbone under. Dropping the forehead toward the earth. Take a nice deep stretch in the neck and the shoulder blades. And if you want to, go ahead and wave the hips around, maybe side to side, either side of your mat, whatever feels good to you. We're going to actually go ahead and take our first child's pose. So child's pose is a position that you can take at any time that you feel that you need it, your body needs it, you need a moment. Child's pose can actually be used as a very good resting pose. Just literally if you're sitting all day long and you just want to kind of relax and stretch out your back and your shoulder blades, maybe your neck. It's a really great pose for that, and it doesn't have to come with before or after anything else. So here we're going to go ahead from our all fours. And during your yoga practice, you can always go into child's pose. No instructor is going to ever chew your head off for going to child's pose. You'll be nice and neutral here. All you need to do, I like to bring my toes together and maybe even spread my knees a little bit further apart. And I just slide my hips back toward my heels. Now, everybody's stretching and flexibility is very different. So if yours doesn't go all the way back to your heels, that's your expression of your yoga. So that's perfectly acceptable. So wherever you are, go ahead and relax, dropping the belly maybe between the thighs or on the tops of the thighs. You can drop the head between the shoulders, between the arms. Forehead can go to the earth. Fingers can go far out in front of you, reaching nice and long. You can sway side to side of the body if you like. Get a really nice stretch from the arms and back. If this is too much on your shoulders, you can always slide your hand back alongside your body with the palm facing toward the sky. And if you want even more release for your shoulders, you can actually place the hands on the tops of your low back. Give ourselves 2 breaths here. When you're ready, go ahead wherever your arms are, slide them or release them back. Raise the gaze, send it between the space between your palms, and then bring the body back up. Go back to your neutral. And from here, we're going to go ahead and walk the body forward just a bit. A little stone, I've got ants visiting me. Okay. All right, from here, we can actually go ahead and slide the feet on the outside of the body or outside of the mat. Go ahead and we're going to sit back down. We're going to work on some more, maybe some forward folds here, okay? So wherever you are, go ahead and stretch the legs out. If your knees are not quite touching, if there's more of a bend in your knee, it's completely acceptable because, again, yoga is the expression of what you do and what your body is comfortable with doing. So I'm more flexible in some places and I'm not flexible in some places. So it just depends on what is comfortable for your body, what feels good to you and your body, and the expression that you're giving for your body. All right, so the legs stretched out here. Float the toes toward the earth, making sure we're really sitting nicely on our sit bones, so we're nice and even on the bones that we sit on. That's what our sit bones are. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through the spine, bringing the navel toward the spine. Sweeping the hands all the way up here. So we're nice and tall, we're lengthening through the spine. Before we do anything else, we want to make sure we lengthen up nice and tall. With an inhale, we're going to forward fold, we're going to hinge at the hips. So from here, there's several different things that we can do. So your hands can be here, we can start here. Without rounding the back, we can place the hands on the shins or even the upper thighs. If this is the expression that you're at, then you're doing a fantastic job. You're going to feel a lot of release in the low back. It's going to feel really nice. But wherever you are, your hands can be along your shins. It could be on the mat beside you. If you want a deeper stretch and that's within your practice, you can grab the big toes maybe and bring the head and chest more toward the tops of the thighs. Wherever you are, we're just going to stay here for just 1-2 breaths. And exhale. exhale. Inhale again here. And exhale. Each time we exhale, we try to go a little bit deeper into our fold. So when you're ready, go ahead and inhale, sweeping the hands back up once more. Nice and tall, lengthening, lifting through the spine, drawing the shoulder blades back down. Lengthening nice and tall with the spine. With our exhale, we're going to go ahead and forward fold to your edge, whatever that looks like for you. With our inhale, sitting up nice and tall, bringing that chest up nice and long, sending the gaze beyond the toes, or maybe down by the knees, whatever is comfortable for you. You can go ahead and bend the knees, and then come a little bit deeper into your stretch as you exhale. On your next inhale, go ahead and sweep the hands all the way up, bringing them over maybe to heart center, and back down. Good. We're going to do a couple more spinal twists, a couple more things to warm the body. Trying not to feel that poor little hand that keeps coming over because of me. All right, with the legs outstretched, we're going to bring the right leg all the way up alongside us, maybe on the inside of the left thigh. You can grab that arm around the leg, sitting up nice and tall. If you'd like, you can go ahead and take the right foot or ankle, place it over the left knee. You can bring that left arm around that right thigh, placing the right hand behind you on the hip. Sitting up nice and tall with an inhale, lengthening through the spine. And when you're ready, send the gaze over your right shoulder. See, I'm not twisting my neck and making myself do a little bit extra. I don't want to do all that. That's painful, and I don't do pain like that. So sitting up nice and tall, just the gaze, and then exhale over the right shoulder. And when you're ready, go ahead and exhale, release the arm, release that leg, sit up nice and tall. Sweep the hands up for a breath here, and then bring them back to heart center here. We'll do the same on the other side. So sitting up nice and tall, bring the left foot all the way up to the inside of the right thigh. And maybe you can bring that left ankle over the right knee. Wrapping that right arm over the thigh, maybe over the shin, grabbing the thigh. Dropping the left hand behind you, the hip behind you. Lengthening nice and tall, then inhale. Sitting up nice and tall, sitting up on that spine. The sits bones are nice and balanced. And the spine is nice and long, lengthened. And with our exhale, sending our gaze over our left shoulder. We're really grabbing the left thigh with that right arm and squeezing it towards our chest for some good support. And when you're ready, go ahead and exhale, release, stretching out the legs, maybe even pedaling the heels if you'd like to, the heels on the mat, the knees, whatever's comfortable for you. All right, very good. Go ahead and bring both knees up towards you. Go ahead and drop them to one side of the mat. Walk the body around. This looks a little bit more familiar now. Go back to your neutral spine. Wrists and shoulders in alignment. Knees and hips in alignment. Bring the toes together if that's comfortable for your child's pose. From here, I'm going to go ahead and send my hips back towards my heels, nice and slow, nice and safe. Reaching my arms out. With an inhale. And an exhale, my forehead is on the earth. With an inhale, look at the space between your palms, and actually this time, reach the hands over and outside, the outside of your right side of your mat, dropping the forehead for a nice side body stretch here. Inhale, exhale. With your inhale, sending the gaze back up between your palms, and this time, back to neutral, dropping the head, inhale, and exhale. With your inhale, sending the gaze up, and this time sending the hands over to the left side of your mat for a nice right body stretch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, look at the space between your palms, bring them back to neutral, one breath here, And on your exhale, send the body back up. Now we're going to do something really fun, which is another staple in yoga. You're going to always hear about this one. Realigning the body, making sure the hips and the knees are in alignment and the wrists and the shoulders are in alignment. We're going to actually tuck our toes under. I didn't really move much at all. I just literally from flat on the ground, on the earth, I just tucked my toes. And you're going to actually push the body away from the earth. And as you're doing that, you're going to sail the hips back. All right, from here, lift, and then sail the hips back. You can keep a micro bend in your knee if that's within your practice, if that's comfortable for you. You can come onto your toes if you like. And then you can go ahead and start extending the heels toward the earth. For me, I like to have my feet on the outer corners of my mat. I like to look at the space between my knees or maybe between my feet. My fingers are nice and wide for balance. My tailbone is lifted very high. My heart is actually going toward the earth as well as the crown of my head. And I love this pose again. This is one of those that just gives you so much release. You can shake your head yes or no if you like to in downward dog. You can take it to the side. Wherever you are, take one more breath here. Bend the knees, making sure there's a bend in the knees. Maybe the heels are not quite on the earth. You go ahead and bend the knees here. Bring the toes all the way up. Look at the space between your palms. And then slowly, gently walk the body forward here. There should be a nice bend in your knees here. Before we go too far, let's go ahead and think about where we are. I want to go ahead and grab our our elbows. Grab your elbows for balance. You can stay here. You can keep this as your forward fold. You can sway side to side, the thighs, with the belly resting on the thighs. Noticing how we're feeling in this pose. Just kind of gently rocking, allowing the body to feel what it's feeling. Experiencing whatever it is that you're going through. I've got so many creatures out here today. I still love practicing outside. On your next inhale, and then exhale. Go ahead, you can drop the hands to the mat if you like, and slowly round the spine, bring the body up, root to rise, nice and tall here. Sending the hands up, nice and safely, and then sending the hands to heart center. Very, very nice. All right, we just got a few more things we're going to do here, and we're going to wrap it up, because I don't want to go too long. All right, so from here, we're going to go to a couple of nice, comfortable poses. That's something that you can work on at home that's really good for you. It's good for balance. It's good for hip openers. So something very simple called tree pose. Before we go to tree pose, let's go to mountain. Let's stand at the top of our mats. And let's really engage. Let's really just kind of listen to my cues and kind of follow through. So from here, you want to make sure that your feet are about shoulder width apart on your mat. Your hips are nice and squared and lined forward. Your knees are engaged, your quads are engaged, your hands are engaged. You can drop the hands, palms facing forward, lie along your sides. You can lift the toes and try to balance, making sure that you're actually on the soles of your feet, not just the heels of the toes. Drop the shoulder blades down the spine. Really tuck the tailbone in. Bring the navel toward the spine. Here you can close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Flutter the eyes open. And let's take a simple moment to notice the way our body is reacting to these poses, to this quiet space and this time that we've given in it. Sweep the hands all the way up to the sky, grabbing as much earth and energy, oxygen as you can. Bring the hands to heart center. I'm going to go ahead and have you just turn the body, actually send that right foot. You can lift the right foot, send it back, turn the body forward here. You can actually walk the feet into each other. So you're actually facing the long edge of your mat. You can place your hands on your hips if you like. I'm going to give you 3 variations of tree pose. Okay? Again, tree pose is very good for balance. So we're going to start with our right foot, shifting our weight to the left. So our center of gravity is more toward the left. We're going to take the right ankle and just kickstand it up against the the left heel. You can swing the hands up here. Again, it's a test and balance. Bring the hands to heart center here if you like. Breathing in, breathing out. You can send the hands out this way if you like. Wherever you are, wherever your hands are, you can remain here. If this is within your practice, you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to join the rest of us on the next challenge, you can actually bring that right ankle up, foot up to your calf. So either above or below the joint, never on the joint. Squaring our hips nice and far forward. You can have the hands on the hips for balance if that's within your practice where you want to stay. If you want to bring the hands all the way up here, and remember a tree, so maybe our branches are swaying like a tree, not too much. If you want to stay here, that's within your practice. You're comfortable here, stay here, breathe through it. Breathe into that burning left ankle that's carrying all the balance. Now, if you want more of a challenge, I have to actually reach down and grab mine to bring it into the inside of my thigh, my left thigh. Putting a lot of work onto that left ankle, so make sure we give it some nice energy when we're done. You can send the hands all the way up. They can go to heart center. I'm not looking at the camera because I'm finding a space to actually balance. You can send that right hip open further, dropping the shoulders, opening the chest, opening the heart, tucking the tailbone. Really breathing into that tree pose. On your next inhale, and then exhale. Go ahead, wherever you on that tree, go ahead and release that tree down. All right, that right foot didn't have as much work as that left. Whew, that left is burning. Oh, we're going a little bit over time. That's good. That's good. We give ourselves a lot of time. We need time, right? We need time for ourselves. Me time is always good. All right, once you send enough energy into that left ankle is ready to work. All right, let's round it out. Okay. Go ahead and shift the weight to the right-hand side of the body, the right side of the body. And begin with that first pose, first expression of our tree pose. So bringing that left heel in, kickstanding it right against the right heel. Hands on maybe waist, hips. They can go toward the sky. They can go to tree pose, to heart center. Take some nice breaths here. Exhale. Well, we're actually tucking the tailbone in, making sure we're drawing our navel toward our spine. Making sure that our hips are squared forward, our shoulders are dropped down nice and relaxed. So wherever we are, we're going to enjoy this pose and the expression of this pose. If you'd like to go ahead and sail with us to the next level, then go ahead and inhale, and then send that left heel up to the calf. Nice inhale, exhale. Inhale here, and exhale. And if you'd like to go a little further with us, go ahead and bring that left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Finding your balance wherever that may be. Sending that left knee out, opening up the hips, squaring them forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale once again. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Swing the hands all the way up to the sky. Bring it back to heart center again. And go ahead and release out to that tree wherever you are. Go ahead and send some good energy, some good blood flow into that ankle. That was keeping all that beautiful balance. All right, I'm going to turn to short edge of my mat. And here we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple forward folds here. We're going to go back into our child's pose, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up from here, okay? From here, grab as much beautiful energy, sunlight, happiness, whatever you need today. Inhale, lengthening tall. Exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins with a nice bend in the knees. Looking at the space directly 90 degrees down in front of you. And then exhale, put a bend in the knees, forward fold, grab the elbows, swaying here, nice and slow. When you're ready, exhale, drop the hands towards the mat. That can be the fingertips, it can be the palms, but wherever you are. Shift the weight to the left, raise that right foot, send it back. Lift that left foot, send it back. Here, you can hold here, or go ahead and drop down here to your knees. Go back, looks familiar, right? Go back to your child's pose here. We'll do 2 breaths here. When you exhale, send the gaze forward, bring the body back, and walk toward the top of your mat with your knees. Sending the feet to one side, the hips to the other, and go ahead and go back down into your comfortable seated position as we get ready to wrap up here. The clouds have changed a bit. I don't see as much sunlight, but it's still a glorious day. I think we're going to get some rain, perhaps, but it's still a beautiful day to get to practice. All right, so wherever you are, let's just take a few moments to close our eyes, get comfortable. Normally we'd be laying flat back into Shavasana, but today we're going to go ahead and finish in seated. Wherever you are, we're going to start just like we started. So wherever you are, placing the hands comfortably on your knees, or they can be up for earth, for energy from the sun, or they can be down grounded by the earth. You can have your legs outstretched in front of you. You can be sitting on your knees. You can be in cross leg. You can have one leg forward folded, one leg extended, whatever is comfortable for you. So wherever you are, go ahead and join me today. I'm going to place my hands down for more grounding of the earth. I'm going to close my eyes gently. We'll just do some few breaths together, and then we'll have a couple by ourselves. So breathing in here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathing in the lungs, the energy, the space that you've given yourself today to really just kind of focus on you. Exhaling out any anxiety or stress or worries you have for the day. Inhaling any sunshine that you've been able to find, any space that you breathed into that changed the energy, that shifted it. And exhaling any kind of worrisome moments, trepidation. Inhaling once more. Exhale. And the next few breaths you find on your own. When you're ready, go ahead and begin by fluttering the eyes open. Swing the hands all the way up to the heavens, up to the earth, to the sun and the sky. Setting the hands back down to heart center. The light in me honors and is blessed by the light in you. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. I appreciate your time. Namaste. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you'll know when I drop my next video. Thanks for joining me and have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you all next week joining me on the mat. Thank you.